The Farmer and the Lioness. There's a moment in every story when trust becomes a blade, and this one begins with the soft cry of a cub, deep in the early morning grasslands, long before danger had a name. The lioness had just returned from the hunt, her paws dusted with earth, muscles still trembling from the chase. Dawn spilled gold over the plains as she nudged her cub awake, a purr rumbling in her chest. For her, the world was simple: hunt, protect, raise her young. But for the farmer who lived near the edge of the grasslands, the world was full of fear. He'd lost goats before, chickens, even a cow. Each time, he blamed the lioness, though he'd never once seen her. Yet fear doesn't need proof, it only needs a shadow. And one morning, he finally acted. He followed the lioness's tracks to a clearing and climbed a nearby rock, waiting with a trembling spear clutched in his hand. But when the rustling grass parted, it wasn't the lioness who emerged. It was her wandering cub, small and unsteady, chasing a butterfly. The farmer froze. For a heartbeat, guilt tugged at him. Then fear hardened into something colder. He hurled the spear. The cry that followed cut through the plains like lightning. The lioness arrived seconds too late. She found her cub still, breath shallow, eyes glassy. She pressed her forehead to its tiny body, a low moan shuddering from her throat. But before grief could turn into rage, she heard a voice, soft, shaky. The farmer stepped out from the grass. I'm sorry," he whispered. "Your cub was hurt. I tried to help." The lioness lifted her head. Her amber eyes met his. And though she smelled the lie beneath his trembling breath, the words were gentle. The tone was warm. And trust, dangerous, fragile trust, took root. For days, the lioness returned to the edge of the farmer's land, circling the fences, searching for the truth behind her loss. And each time, he fed her scraps, spoke softly, kept his spear hidden behind the door. Little by little, her guard softened. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, she approached him directly for the first time. And that was when he struck. A trap snapped around her foreleg, teeth biting into bone. She roared, but the farmer stepped back, cold resolve settling over him. "You killed my livestock," he said, "and I won't lose anything else to you." Only then did she understand. The false kindness, the gentle tone, the lie that stole her cub, and the lie that led her here. The lioness fought until her strength bled into the dirt, but the trap held. And the farmer's fear, once small, once trembling, had now become merciless. When her final cry faded across the plains, even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Later, the villagers would speak of how the farmer walked home that night, shoulders heavy, steps uneven. They'd say they heard him whisper again and again, "I had no choice." But stories have a way of remembering the truth, and this one remembers a lioness who trusted a gentle voice and paid the price. Let this tale remind us, the cost of false words is always paid by the innocent. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.